Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to Story Time with me, Miss Sharp. Today we're going to read A Seed is Sleepy by Dianna, Ashton, and Sylvia Long. Let's take a look. A seed is sleepy. Look at all these beautiful illustrations of different seeds from around the world. A seed is sleepy. A seed is sleepy. It lies there, tucked inside its flower or its cone, or beneath the soil, snug and still. A seed is secretive. It does not reveal itself too quickly. Now these seeds, boys and girls, are bright red and they grow in these pods of the plant. And when they are planted in the ground and grow a plant, it becomes a plant like this that has beautiful purple blossoms on it. It's called the Texas Mountain Laurel flower. A seed is fruitful. 90% of the plants on earth are flowering plants, and flowering plants produce fruits. Fruits of all shapes and textures that keep the seeds cozy until they have found the right place to grow. A seed is naked. Yes, naked. Who would guess that a seed as small as a freckle would grow into the world's tallest tree? Only 10% of most redwood trees begin as seeds, though. Most redwood trees spring from existing trees like this one. And this is a child. And this is a scale of how tall a redwood tree can grow. Yes, naked. Scientists called gymnosperm seeds that aren't clothed in fruits. Naked seeds. Most naked seeds hide themselves on the scales of cones until they're ready to make a dash for the ground. These are cones, right? A seed comes in many sizes. The orchid seed is the smallest of all. There might be 1 million seeds in one pod. The seed of a cocoa demure palm is the largest, and it can weigh up to 60 pounds. Some of you don't even weigh 60 pounds, and that's a seed. Wow. Oh, look how beautiful. A seed is adventurous. It must strike out on its own in search of a less crowded place to put down roots. A parachute of fine silky hairs can take a dandelion seed 100 miles from its parent plant. So think about that the next time you make a wish on one of these beauties. And you watch all of those seeds fly into the air. And it can travel up to 100 miles. Wow. These are some different seeds. Drift seeds float on ocean currents from one shore to another. They have enough air inside of them to float, and their thick protective shells keep seawater out. Wow. A seed is inventive. To find a spot to grow, a seed might leap from its pod. or cling to a child's shoestring, like the cockleburr, or tumble through a bear's belly. Those are red huckleberries, and they eat them, and the seeds go down in their mouth and into their belly, and then what happens? A seed hopes to land where there is plenty of sunlight, soil, and water. A seed is generous. It gives the baby plant or embryo a seed coat to keep it warm. So this is a bean. When it's in the ground and has proper soil and warmth from the sun and water, at 2 days it begins to sprout. See a little growth coming right out of the bean. In 4 days, you might see the shell or the outer coat drop while this sprout comes up out of the ground. In a week, you start to see little leaves coming up. And in 4 weeks, this is how your bean plant looks. In 5 weeks, you can harvest a bean pod. It shows you rice, pumpkin, slash pine, and teak, which is a kind of tree. And the teak wood tree grows and grows for over 100 years. And this is a diagram of the seed. It shows you the seed coat, the outer cover. It shows you the shoot that comes out. We saw that on the scale. The root, which is right here, this white part, it will go down into the earth. And the seed leaf, this part right here, is what feeds the seed while it begins to grow. Some seeds are ancient. Look at these. A date palm. Not all seeds are eager to germinate. Some have lain dormant or slept undisturbed for more than 1,000 years. 1,000 years! Wow! The oldest known seed to sprout came from an extinct date palm tree after it was unearthed from a long ago king's mountaintop palace in Israel, and a scientist planted it, and 4 weeks later that seed sprouted. Wow, 1,000-year-old seed. A seed is thirsty and hungry. Once a seed has shed its coat, it drinks in the rain, the dew, and yesterday's icicles, and it feasts on the minerals in the soil. So here's the seed again. There's its coat. It drops that. The roots come down and they begin to take in minerals and food from the soil. This is corn, and this is a bean. And you can plant kernels of corn into the ground and it begins to grow. A seed is clever for sure. Plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Inside plant leaves are cells containing chemicals that absorb sunlight. Light gives them the energy they need to turn water and carbon dioxide, a gas in the air, into food. It knows to seek the sunlight to push itself up through the soil, but it must wait a while before that happens. A seed is sleepy, but only until it has found a place in the sun and it has had its breakfast and a drink of water. And then a seed is awake. We started with the sunflower seed and it was asleep, but as you can see, when it had the right conditions, it had proper soil, it had proper water and sunlight, it sheds the seed coat, and then it becomes awake. And it will reproduce its own seeds again, right? Yes. And here are some more examples of different seeds from different plants from all over the world. I recommend this book. It's beautiful. It's full of good information about seeds and the life cycle of a plant with the seed specifically highlighted. And it's just a beautiful story to read. I hope you enjoyed that today, and I'll see you soon.